Hello, and thank you for joining me with Rhoda's Reflections. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about motherhood. My greatest joy about being a mother is when they go to sleep. No, I'm just playing. It's just being able to watch what I've created with the help of their Father and God, and to watch them blossom, watch them grow, to see them when they have difficult situations, to see them navigate through the difficult situations with the tools and the training that they've been given. First advice I would give would be always have time for yourself. I know when you have newborns, it's difficult to find time to take away for yourself, but it's needed. It's needed for you to have that time to replenish yourself, because parenting is a lot of work, and it becomes harder when you add on a job, add on responsibility of being a spouse, add on ministry. Whatever you add to parenting, it makes parenting harder in life. So I believe if you always, if you start it when they're infants, it's easier for you when they get older to take that time to pull away. Now when they're smaller, it may not be as much time as you will get if they're 10 or 12. If it's just 10 minutes, take the 10 minutes. Find a place in your home that's quiet, or a place where you can just reflect, relax, and breathe. My greatest challenge in motherhood has been disciplining. I'm a very soft-spoken person, and I can take a lot. I can take a lot before I'm like, okay, listen, we're at wit's ends. We need to take care of this. But it's been disciplining them and then disciplining them different. One thing that I remember that my mom always shared with me, that each child is different. Even though you think when you got one girl, you got 4 girls. Yeah, but I have 4 different girls. And each girl requires a different level of discipline. My oldest daughter, I really didn't have much trouble with her. Even to this day, I always say she made parenting easy. Now my youngest one, the jury is still out on that. She has a different personality. So with her different personality has come different challenges. And we'll just see how easy she'll make parenting for me. I would say the most important thing today, find time for yourself. I had a small group earlier this week, and we talked about journeys. And in that journey, we realized that we don't take time as women for ourselves. It's needed. The house will be okay, the kids will be okay, your husband will be okay, your job will be okay. But no one will be okay if you don't first take care of you. I'm still working on that, because there are times that I don't take care of myself. There are times that I get lost in the shuffle of life. But things that I would do, or that I would love to start implementing, is maybe a walk, because it takes me away from the children, and it also gives me time to just process things in life. Another thing you can do, grab a book. Maybe you can't figure out when the children are asleep. Take 5 minutes, read a passage of something. Clean off your DVR. Maybe you've recorded some stuff that you want to watch. I know there's times, my husband called my TV ratchet sometimes, but I need that ratchet TV. So I take 5 minutes, maybe 10, and I can't get a whole show in at night. But I'll get enough so that I can feel like I did something for me on that day. In my everyday life, when I arise in the morning, I pray and I ask God to give me the strength to deal with the blessings that He's given me, and the strength to deal with life. Every opportunity I get when they're sleeping, I'm praying over them. when they're awake in my quiet time, I'm praying over them, because they're people, and those people have to go do life outside of your presence. Be it they go to school, be it daycare, be it college, be it a friend's house. So I'm always praying for them and asking God to cover them. And I also pray for me, and I ask God to show me them different. Show me them as individuals, because they are my children, but they are the children that God blessed me with. I always say they wasn't in heaven saying, ooh, pick me, pick me, pick me. It was an action that I did, which caused those gifts to be added to my life. So I make sure I cover them with the Word of God. I make sure I pray for them when they're in and out of my presence. And I also make sure that we take time to look at things in the Word. It may just be a quick 5 minutes here or 5 minutes there. It might be a story a parable that was used in the Bible at service. But I try to always tie into the Word of God just in their everyday life. And now, one more thing, I always make sure I show love to them. In spite of how they're feeling, in spite of how they may have made me feel. Because those are my neighbors. And the Word of God tells us to love thy neighbor. And even though they're not next door to me, they're in the house with me. So every day I try to love my neighbor as I love myself. Last thing, if you have any questions for me for Rhoda's Reflections, you can email them at hello@cffcaz.org. Thank you for joining me this week. I'm looking forward to sharing with you all again next Thursday on Rhoda's Reflections.